Sent it towards the net, and it's covered up by Pine, but he gets a snow shower as Deschamps goes after Turco.
And another crowd. Well, Kelton Pine's now getting involved with Binder Nord, and then Belushko comes in, and we've got a full-on brouhaha right now, right in front of the Pats goal, Dante. Well, a snow job on Pine, and then Binder Nord came in late, and Pine got a piece of him, and everybody finding a dance partner right now.
Kelton Pine's been known to do stuff like this in the final game of the regular season, as we saw last year in Moose Jaw. What's going on?
Well, like you called, Dante, it was the initial snow job by Turco, and then Binder Nord came in on Kelton Pine a little bit, and they started jostling, and Pine with a pretty good shot on Binder Nord, and then everybody comes in. They're still trying to keep the players separated here, Dante. Tempers flaring a little bit on both sides, and the Regina Pats, you can tell a little bit of frustration after getting scored on twice quickly in this third period. And you know,
can't clear, and Calgary's going to take a penalty. Ethan Moore's going to shoot the puck after the whistle, and then smiles about it. And good for the Rebels getting in on Ethan Moore here, because Ethan Moore certainly did not have to shoot that puck towards Chase Witzke after the whistle. So Rebels are quite frankly fine with passing up on a 35-second power play here to say, you're not going to get away with doing that on our netminder despite the fact you're winning this game by 3. So good to see the Rebels rallying around their netminder here in the final seconds of this game. So Ethan Moore is going to head off. Kalen Lind is going to head off. Ben Hamilton has his helmet off. He's chatting with Dax Williams, who's off to the penalty box. So 2 players from either side. And now Werner heads off, Ethan Murner. So, looks like Red Deer will still get a power play here with 35.6 seconds left in the third period. As Murner was going to get the original penalty for holding Chris, and then they take 2 guys from either side from the ensuing scrum.
Yeah, and like you said, it's late in the game, and it's good to see the Red Deer players respond the right way. And
Foster collide with his man. Young now will play it in, and the play blown dead. I mean, the scrum here is Stewart and Foster have been going at. I mean, a big scrum here. Oh my! Here at center ice, Fryer getting in with a Cougar. We have a fight here. They're gonna go. Here we go. Kay Lemire and Seth Fryer. Ball here on the Victoria blue line. Lemire, some good rights on Fryer. Lemire looking, waiting. Now Fryer trying to get a shot. He's unable to. Hits Lemire in the back. Lemire still holding on to Fryer. Good right there from Caden, and an uppercut. And some rights from Lemire. Fryer trading shots with Caden Lemire. And Lemire hustles into the ice. Victoria at CN Center. Good old-fashioned fight there. And the fans appreciate Lemire and even Fryer from Victoria. Lemire raising his hands, his arms in the air. Crowd really appreciates. Did I say it was not very physical? Did I just say that a couple of seconds ago? But here we are. Get a little good old-fashioned fight. He just dropped the gloves. Officials let him go. Lots of punches that were thrown there. Change of pace in this particular hockey game after that scrap from Lemire, who gets a decision over Fryer. The Cougars are going to be shorthanded to the Victoria power play. Foster has the extra penalty.
Towards the Moose Jaw net. Hutchison is pushed into the crease. That will be a penalty.
Well, that can't happen.
Back at DDK Pet referee was making the call on that, Derek. I saw him put his arm into the air. It's as obvious as it comes, right?
They slid into him and then give him a good shove.
Give him a little extra. Here's the replay.
Double-fisted shove. Yeah.
It is really tough to argue that one at all.
Well, that just can't happen.
Christoph Matches right in there. Kurt Rooks.
The Brand Center faithful rising.
Oh boy, what's going on right here, Drew?
Something in front of the benches right now. We got everybody involved just like that. It looked like, I think it was Gavin who was trying to change for the Brandon Wheat Kings, and Zach Moore maybe just bumped them a little bit, and that drew everybody in, and sticks and helmets shed to the ice, and there's going to be a couple of players going to the penalty box for sure here.
4:27 to go in the first, 37 seconds to go on the power play for Brandon. Game is scoreless. Here's the replay. Babcock clears it out. Let's see if we get a good view.
It looks like something just happens in front of the Regina, or right between the benches, as both teams are.
Miller gets bumped by Cumbie off his skates. He falls in the puck in the corner, gets back up, trying to play that puck out. Cumbie trying to work it free, and there's the horn sounding to end the first period, but not before a crowd develops right where Portland would exit the ice. Everybody involved in some way or form other than the two goaltenders. But it looks like cooler heads prevailing here, knowing that the period has ended. They'll get everybody separated and head off the ice. Well, a frantic kind of first period. There was action in both ends. And it ends up with Seattle leaving the ice with that 2-1.
Bottom left circle. Trying to move it for Dagenstein. A quick shot. Rocha the save. Now McFadden's locked up with McGregor. McFadden's got the Bronco defenseman in a headlock. And then look who we got. Hutchison and Rocha. Hutchison skating to center. The DDK pet referee quickly grabbing Joey Rocha. Would that be back-to-back home finales we would have had?
Short side from the corner at the right post. And Schlenker able to keep that one on the side of the net. And now that draws a crowd behind the Portland goal. And linesman trying to pull players apart off to our right with 6:52 on the clock. We'll probably get a media timeout here, depending on if there are penalties called here or not. So we'll hold it now. We get the indications they will go to the second media timeout of the period. T-Birds up by 1 with just under 7 to go in the first. T-Birds hockey on the Thunderbirds Broadcast Network.
Right now, fans hollering at the officials. Now we got a fight at center ice. Jackson Adams dropping the gloves with Cameron Parr, who speared Jackson Smith right between the legs. Big size mismatch here. Jackson Adams much larger than Cameron Parr, trying to rain down right hands on the Spokane forward. Parr just hanging on right now trying to come over the top with some rights of his own, and they will go down together. But there was no call coming up on the play, as Jackson Smith very clearly got speared right between the legs by Cameron Parr. Adam firing up the crowd here at the Toyota Center.
Loose under Gardner somewhere, and they'll blow the whistle. It was under his pad. Now Wojciech and Kaczkowski are throwing hands a little bit in the corner.
Yeah, I can't tell who else that is.
Wojciech and Kaczkowski for sure. Durkach, I believe, getting in the pile for the Raiders a little bit with Klimke. We're not even 3 minutes in, but boy, the pace and the atmosphere in this building is just ridiculous.
Tensions are
Kept out somehow by Scott Ratzlaff with bodies falling over top of him. My goodness, has he been unbelievable the second half of the season.
I don't know how he kept that one out, because the puck was moving towards the goal. It was an open net. Total scramble in front, and Ratzlaff just fell straight backwards as if he recognized somehow that the puck was there behind him, and I think he landed on it with his back and froze it. That's just an unbelievable save, unbelievable presence of mind, and